Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome to an all-new Talkin Movies. I'm your host, the real Geno Reynolds, and today we're going to be returning to a world full of magic, a world full of wonder, a world full of imagination, a world that used to be anyway. Today we're going to be talking about Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom, and I have to warn you, I'm going to get pretty spoiler heavy here in my review. If you don't want to hear the spoilers, I'll just say this. Don't go see it. Just don't go see it. But after that, I do have to talk about this movie to really talk about this movie. But here's the setup. Set 3 years after the events of the theme park's demise, a dormant volcano on the island threatens to destroy all the remaining dinosaurs. Owen and Claire from Jurassic World mount a campaign to rescue as many of the creatures as they can before it's too late. Then the movie gets really bad. Look, disclaimer here. I love the original Jurassic Park. I won't say it's one of my favorite movies of all time or anything, but it is a fantastic movie and I love it. I didn't really care for parts 2 and 3, and I really don't like Jurassic World. So yeah, I really wasn't looking forward to Fallen Kingdom. I had hopes that it might get better, that the franchise might improve finally, but I wasn't really too confident about that. The trailers that I saw for Fallen Kingdom really didn't do anything to ease my fears either. Look, I'll try to be nice at first. When the dinosaurs were in the movie, scratch that. When the dinosaurs got to do things in the movie, that stuff was pretty entertaining. Of course, most of that stuff happens in the last third of the movie. Oh, and the stuff in the trailers that takes place on the island? That's probably maybe the first half hour or so of the movie. That's it. Because a lot of this movie don't take place on the island. I like the character of Blue, again, when she got to do something. I like the new Indoraptor. I'm not totally opposed to this whole making new dinosaurs thing. Though the reveal of the Indominus Rex of, what's the mystery dinosaur in it? That was stupid. But the idea of making new dinosaurs, I thought was a nice progression from the whole dino DNA thing. So yeah, I like the new Indoraptor. Again, when it got to do something. I like just about anything they did with dinosaurs in this movie. Even the moments borrowed from other movies of the franchise. Again, when it got to do something. When there was dinosaurs, it worked. And again, here's a big warning. I'm about to get really spoilery here. Still with me? Here we go. There was such a long stretch of this movie that didn't have dinosaurs, or at least letting them do anything, that had me asking, now, eventually you do plan to have dinosaurs in your dinosaur movie, right? Hello? I really hate this movie. While I do understand what the filmmakers are trying to do with the plot, I feel that all of it comes at the expense of what works, what people came to see. Say it with me now. The dinosaurs. The movie goes into the plot set up in the first movie, or at least in Jurassic World, where a rival company is trying to take advantage of the creations of John Hammond. I guess I can't say spared no expense because, well, they just flat out are going to steal it. I mentioned that the stuff on the island is only the first half hour of the movie or so. That's because Claire and Owen are double-crossed about their mission on the island. Both are being used. Claire because of her organization's mission to try to save the dinosaurs, and Owen because he is the only one that can lure Blue in and also track him for capture. This all leads to a plot about a former partner of John Hammond named Benjamin Lockwood, played by James Cromwell, who's being duped into thinking that he is saving the dinosaurs by his right-hand man, Eli Mills, who plans on selling the dinosaurs on the black market instead. Mills is also the guy behind the plot from Jurassic World involving Dr. Henry Wu selling out. Then there's the dumbest plot. Lockwood's granddaughter. Okay, just listen to this. There is this whole plot about her mother being gone, and Lockwood, her grandfather, being really protective of her, and they keep not wanting to show us a picture of the mother. In fact, the granddaughter has never seen a picture of her mother. Never. And this is a movie that has cloning in it. You kind of know where I'm going with this. Yeah, it's dumb and it really has no point. As for the characters themselves, well, they're not much of an improvement. While I liked Chris Pratt's returning Owen Grady, he's getting to where he feels like he's playing the same character in every movie. It's like Chris Pratt starring as Chris Pratt in Chris Pratt the movie. Bryce Dallas Howard's returning Claire seems to have learned from her mistakes in the past in some ways, and in other ways not. She's learned that wearing heels on the island was a bad idea, and the filmmakers, of course, go painstakingly to levels to make sure that we notice this. What she didn't learn from was her mistakes about messing with nature. While she does truly care about the dinosaurs, she still takes no responsibility for her role in the bad things that are happening. The villain of the movie even calls her out on this. And she just, it's not my fault. I think she finally does admit it, but not so much. She should have learned this stuff by now. Let's just put it that way. But the villain calls her out on it. And she kind of says, well, you're doing the same thing. And he says, but he at least admits that, yeah, I'm profiting off of it. I am bad, So there's that. Then there's the annoying Dr. Rodriguez, who basically is daring to get shot in the face most of the time, and probably would have in a real hostage situation. Then there is the even more annoying IT guy, Franklin. Oh, and his name is Franklin Webb. IT guy, Webb. And his irrational fear of T-Rexes. That's a recurring joke that won't stop for the whole time the group is on the island. At least only being on the island for the first half hour or so of the movie had some sort of benefit to it. It stopped the stupid, is it the T-Rex? Is it the T-Rex? Is it the T-Rex? It got so annoying, and it was real quick. The annoying factor is there the entire time with that character. Those expecting a ton of Jeff Goldblum as the returning Ian Malcolm, well, prepare to be disappointed. This is really no surprise to me. I kind of figured this is what it was going to be, but he's only in the movie at the very first and the very end. If you've seen the trailers, you've pretty much seen all of his parts of the movie. With that being said, what he has to say only had me telling myself from the beginning of the movie, of course he's right. He's been right since the first freaking movie, Jurassic Park. Much to my surprise, other than Dr. Wu and Ian Malcolm, there isn't any other returning characters. I really figured they would have fit somebody in here. Of course they mention John Hammond, but no Alan Grant, no Ellie Sattler, no anybody. So yeah, that honestly kind of surprised me. I figured they would have coaxed somebody back. Lastly, there is an after credit scene, but it's not really worth sticking around for. Yeah, it's just, it happens. Look, I know that anything I say in this review will convince any of you to not go see it. If you're wanting to see it, if you have this ever so forgiving love of this franchise, you're gonna go see it, whether I say you should or not. I mean, and fine, you know, you want to go see it. It's gonna win the box office, and they're still gonna make another one. And of course, they tease that there's another one coming. I feel we are at this point where the Jurassic movies are like the Terminator movies, where the number of bad ones far outweigh the number of good ones. I feel like this franchise has overstayed its welcome for 4 movies now. Parts 2 and 3. Two is okay. I didn't love it, but it's okay. 3 could have been good, but it's not. And Jurassic World is a mess. And it's only, I mean, though they did some decent stuff in this movie, like they did in Jurassic World, when it came to the dinosaurs, it's just, the movies aren't there anymore. I feel like this is a franchise that needs to go extinct, but I know it won't. I feel like this franchise has, ever since part 2, it's forgotten what made Jurassic Park so special, what brought them to the dance. Let me remind you, and if you want, you can say it with me. It's the dinosaurs. While I'm all for good characters, these movies still need to give people what they came to see. Again, you can say it with me. The dinosaurs. When this movie uses them effectively, and not just sitting in a cage, I mean, it works. The movie works. Unfortunately, this is spared, and I will say this: there is one scene that works with a dinosaur in the cage. There is a pretty cool scene in a cage with the Endoraptor. It's honestly kind of funny, and that's another problem with this movie. It's almost too slapsticky at times. You know, I'll just leave it like this. Simply put, I think Chris Pratt's character in Jurassic World said it best. Quote, "They're dinosaurs. Wow enough." That's going to be all for this edition of Talkin Movies. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like what you heard here, or you want to comment about what you heard here, please feel free to comment below. If you like what you heard here, please subscribe to the Real Geno YouTube channel. Hit that notification bell, all that stuff that you got to do on YouTube nowadays. As always, I am your host, the Real Geno Reynolds, and this has been Talkin Movies. See you later. Peace.